Hey guys, what's up? And Shadolance back for another review. Today I have a massive treat for you guys, a very unexpected review. Another thank you to Project Zeus for letting me do it as well. He's been letting me do a lot of reviews recently, so big shout out to you, Project. Loving the reviews. But this is the Micro Uzi Metal. This is a gun that I really should have gotten to a while ago. It's been out for quite a while, and I honestly never thought it was anywhere near as good as it actually turned out to be. I realized that the stats weren't too different, that the performance probably wasn't a whole lot different than the Micro Uzi. But oh my gosh, I was completely surprised when I went to use this for the very first time ever. I had never actually used the Micro Uzi before this. So now, instead of my little personal story, let's go into the stats. Damage is 36, portability of 91, rate of fire of 90, accuracy of 64, recoil of 63. It is fully automatic only, like the rest of the Uzi series. The recoil is 63, which is considerably low for an SMG, which is really nice, obviously. You can put an extended magazine on it, but that's really up to you. I don't really think I need one for the most part, but if you feel like you want to go for higher accolades, certainly recommended. It has a very, very fast reload rate, just like the regular Micro Uzi. The ammo capacity is 30 of 120, so you have an extra magazine when using this gun as well. Always a plus. Nice to have extra ammo. It does have the integrated suppressor. It's an S1, which in theory is supposed to lower the spread and, you know, the whole recoil thing, but that's not really testifiable because you can't use the gun without it, so don't really know how you would judge that, but it does have also the suppressor stuff, obviously, where, you know, not very much sound. Tends to work really, really well. I got a surprisingly high number of accolades during the end of this review. You're going to see what I mean. I just absolutely dominate during the end of it. The things that really caught me by surprise with this gun, the Micro Uzi was kind of nerfed a little bit when it was released after about 2 or 3 weeks, a little bit into its release. It got nerfed because the recoil was increased and the damage drop-off was, you know, made a lot worse. Damage drop-off was a lot higher. The Micro Uzi Metal still has a relatively high damage drop-off as far as NX rare SMGs go. It's nowhere near the P90 TRSE, but it's certainly a lot better than the Micro Uzi for one, and obviously a lot better than the GP variants, the Metal Uzi, or Uzi Metal I think is what it's called, and the Uzi itself. Although, I gotta say, I do still like the Micro Uzi a lot. Now, there's a lot of controversy between the Uzi series and the Max series. I personally prefer the Max series, actually, although the Uzi series is really, really cool. For a while, I was actually an Uzi series fan, but after the Mac 11 came out, I tended to lean more towards that than the Micro Uzi, despite the fact that the Micro Uzi actually had a suppressor. So if you go back and watch my Micro Uzi review, I tend to lean towards more the Micro Uzi since I'd just gotten it, and it was before it was nerfed. However, now that the two guns are easily comparable after they've been nerfed, or fixed, as, you know, Nexon says they've been, I kind of prefer the Mac 11. Now, actually comparing the Micro Uzi Metal to the Micro Uzi. The Micro Uzi has a damage of 36, just like the Micro Uzi Metal, but it has much worse damage drop-off, so you're not going to be doing anywhere near the amount. Portability is 85 compared to the 91 on the Uzi Metal. 6 points of portability makes it one of the most portable SMGs and guns in the entire game at 91. The rate of fire of 90 is the same as the Micro Uzi, so both guns have the same rate of fire. The accuracy on the Micro Uzi is 64, same as the Micro Uzi Metal. However, the recoil is also 64, which is 1 point above the Micro Uzi Metal. So, you're looking at a slight decrease with the recoil and the portability when you downgraded the Micro Uzi from the Metal, but there's a few other things that I'd like to point out. The Micro Uzi Metal has an incredibly different spread pattern, recoil pattern. It jumps up, not at all. It doesn't jump up at all. It doesn't jump. It literally just sprays straight forward with absolutely no recoil. The spread goes up, but the actual recoil doesn't jump anywhere. If you put a scope on this thing, it would have 0 recoil. I swear it would. There is absolutely no recoil in this gun. In theory, the S1 suppressor would take the recoil down from 64 to approximately 58. 64, you know, divided by 10 and then take away that from the 64. That would put it at around 58, 57 in there, which is an incredibly low recoil, but because we can't actually test that, we have to take the gun for its word and assume that it's at 64. However, the Micro Uzi also has that same stat, or 63, which isn't a whole lot different. The Micro Uzi Metal. The Micro Uzi has a 64, so, you know, that's going to be a little bit different. But the recoil is noticeable in the Micro Uzi, and with the damage drop-off being a bit worse, it's a lot harder to control for the most part. Both of them have really fast reloads, but it's just, we don't know where to look with the gun because the Micro Uzi is so different from the Micro Uzi Metal. And if you're not a fan of the Micro Uzi, you will probably like the Metal quite a bit, actually. As far as really comparing them, it's hard to describe how the guns were actually designed because the Micro Uzi actually came out well after the Micro Uzi Metal. The Micro Uzi Metal was released almost 5 months before the Micro Uzi, so it's really hard to compare the two. Do I suggest the Micro Uzi Metal? Of course. Do I suggest renewing it? Not actually, because last winter they actually released it for perm, and there's a chance they'll do it again because it's not one of the most well looked at NX rares, although it is quite good. I'm probably going to be ranking this very, very highly as far as NX rares are concerned. I wouldn't consider renewing it because I would rather actually wait and get it for perm. That's what I would suggest if you're looking for this gun. But that's about all the time I have for a review today, guys. Thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Check out the Facebook group and the TeamSpeak in the channel in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Shadolance out.